Welcome to Banner Finance Self-Service 9. Today we will talk about the who, when, where, what, and how of Banner Finance Self-Service. Self-Service Finance follows the same security rules as Banner Finance Admin. Self-Service Finance can be accessed now via the Employee tab in My Banner. Banner Finance Self-Service 8 was located in a folder under the Banner Self-Service section. Now Banner Finance Self-Service 9 is located under the Banner Links section under Banner Finance Resources. The new self-service has a dashboard look and feel, but a lot of the functionality is the same. Banner Finance Self-Service allows you to query budget, year-to-date, activity, and encumbrance information. This is operating ledger information only. No general ledger information is available. It also allows you to view documents and approve documents. The advantages of self-service include being able to query data as of a period end, creating comparative queries that compare fiscal year periods to date, and drill down capability, where you can click on hyperlinks to drill down further into data. There are saved queries that you can save and reuse, and you can download queries to Excel. Banner Finance Self-Service is basically another way of viewing data, performing queries, and approving documents. Let's take a look at My Finance Query. Choose New Query in the top right-hand corner. There are 5 types of queries in My Finance Query: Budget Quick Query, Budget Status by Account, Budget Status by Organizational Hierarchy, Encumbrance Query, and Multi-Year Query. Let's review each type. First, the Budget Quick Query. This is similar to FGI BDST for budget status. Columns include adjusted budget, year-to-date, commitments, and available balance. You can filter by specific folk values or the wildcard. Multiple organizations can be queried, but only by using the % wildcard and not the roll-up. You can choose to include or not include revenue accounts, and this query is only for fiscal year to date. The data in this query is not comparative, and it does not allow for drill down. Once you choose New Query, a box will open with options. Select your query type from the drop-down menu. Budget Quick Query is the default. The values that are required are noted with a red asterisk. Note that chart and organization are required. You can enter more values to narrow down your search, like fund. To remove a value, choose the X beside the value. You may also use the wildcard % sign to choose multiple values. In this case, I entered 218% to get all organization codes that start with 218. Click the box to include revenue accounts if you want to view revenue. The fiscal year is also a required field. Choose Submit to run the query. Our query results show on the screen. The data is very similar to FGI BDST or budget status. You will notice a health column in the middle of the page. This health column is calculated based on available balance percentage. The formula for available balance percentage equals available balance divided by adjusted budget times 100. The red indicator shows 20% or less balance is available. The yellow indicator shows 21% to 60% balance available. The green indicator shows 61% or more balance available. You may also sort the data on the page by clicking the up-down arrows beside the column headers. In the top right corner of the page are several icons. The pencil icon allows you to edit the query. When you click on the pencil, the query box reopens for the current query and you can make changes. The share symbol allows you to share the query with other users. You must save the query before you can share it. The save symbol allows you to save the query for future use. You must give the query a name, and then you can set the query as a favorite so that it will show up under Favorite Queries on your My Finance Query dashboard. It will also show up under your Saved Queries tab as well. Any query you save produces a graph or a chart based on the type of query and whether or not the Include Revenues box is checked. These charts and graphs are automatically created by Banner Self-Service. The information icon allows you to view the current query parameters, as noted to the side. The ellipsis icon gives you two options: View Available Balance and View Pending Documents. To view available balance, you must first enter a fund, org, and account on the query. This only shows the account line item and not the pooled amount. Pending documents would normally be incomplete requisitions, but since UA uses BABAMA, pending documents are not relevant here. The down arrow or download icon allows you to download the query to Excel. Our second type of query is Budget Status by Account Query. This query is also similar to FGI BDST for budget status, but gives us more options. You can filter by float values or use the wildcard. For multiple organizations, you cannot use the roll-up orgs here, but you can use the % wildcard. You can also filter by fund type and or account type if you choose, and you can choose whether to include revenues or not in your query. Users can choose to view these columns in their query. Adopted budget, which equals your original budget, always your permanent budget. Budget adjustment, which equals permanent and temporary adjustments. Adjusted budget equals adopted budget plus all budget adjustments. Temporary budget equals only your temporary budget adjustments. Accounted budget equals adopted budget plus all budget adjustments. Year-to-date equals actual revenue or expenditure activity. Encumbrance equals salary encumbrances, general encumbrances, and purchase orders. Reservation includes requisitions, which are no longer used at UA because of BABAMA. Commitments equals encumbrances plus reservations, and available balance equals your remaining budget, which is your adjusted budget minus your year-to-date activity minus your commitments. The budget status by account also allows you to add a comparison column by fiscal year and period for each column presented. You can create a computed column based on the columns available. This query allows drill down on any item that has a blue hyperlink. Let's review the fiscal periods available for our various charts of accounts. Those with a September year end start with period 01 in October and go through period 12 for September without the accrual period. Period 14 includes all data for the year with the accrual period transactions. When choosing the fiscal period, the data included starts at the beginning of the year and pulls all data through the chosen period. See the corresponding chart for our foundations with the June year end. Let's take a look at the budget status by account. Choose the query type. Chart and organization are required fields as noted by the red asterisk. Check the box to include revenues. A fiscal year and period are required. Let's enter period 14 to get all the data for the fiscal year. We will also enter a comparison fiscal year and period, even though it is not required. Scroll down to the operating ledger section and choose the columns you want to view. Let's just choose year to date to keep it simple. The information icon beside each column describes what the column data represents. Choose Submit to run the query. Our query shows the data we selected for fiscal year to date 2022 and 2021. Now let's add a computed column to our query. Choose the plus sign on the top right of the page. For our computed column, let's enter a column name. We will call it Year-to-Date Difference, FY22 minus FY21. Choose column 1 in your computation. We will select fiscal year 22 year-to-date. Next, choose an operator, in our case, minus. Then choose column 2 in your computation. Fiscal year 21 year-to-date for us. Finally, choose where you want the column to appear on the page. We want it after the fiscal year 21 year-to-date column. Our new column has been added to our query. To remove a computed column, choose the plus sign again. Choose the column you would like to remove and choose Remove Column. Our third query type is Budget Status by Organizational Hierarchy. The data here is in a hierarchical view, starting with either the organization code or roll-up, then with further drill down by account type and then by account code. The filter values for this query include specific vote values or wildcards. However, the organization here must either be a roll-up organization or a specific organization, and it cannot be a wildcard. You can choose whether to view revenue accounts in your query, and you may also filter by fund type and/or account type. Users can choose to view the same columns we reviewed for the budget status by account. This query also has a comparison fiscal year and period option, and you can create a computed column here as well. Drill down is available on any blue hyperlink field. Select your query type of budget status by organizational hierarchy. Chart and organization are required fields. Enter any other values to query. And let's use a roll-up org here of 5020, Associate VP for Finance. Choose whether or not to view revenue accounts. And then you must select a fiscal year and period. We will also enter a comparison fiscal year and period. Choose from the available columns to view and choose Submit to run the query. Our data rolls into one line by our org roll-up. You can choose the blue hyperlink roll-up org to drill down further. Our fourth type of query is the Encumbrance Query. This is similar to FGI OENC Organizational Encumbrance List. You can filter by specific vote values or the wildcard, fund type and/or account type. The columns for this query include account, account title, document code, description, original commitments, encumbrance adjustments, encumbrance liquidations, year-to-date, current commitments, and percent used. Drill down is available on the blue hyperlinks. Let's select our query type of Encumbrance Query. The chart and organization fields are required. Although the grant field has a red asterisk, it is not a required field here. This is a banner defect. Choose a fiscal year and period, and choose Submit to run the query. Our query is displayed for each encumbrance. The blue hyperlinks allow you to drill down in the documents. Finally, our fifth query type is the multi-year query. This query is similar to FRIGITD, Frigid, the grant inception to date query in Banner Admin. You can filter the multi-year query by vote values or wildcards. Grant code is required for this query. You can choose whether to view the revenue accounts, and you may also view by fund type and/or account type. The date ranges may be selected for this query. The same column views exist here as they did for the budget status by account. You can also create a computed column, and drill down is available through the blue hyperlinks. Let's select our query type of multi-year query. Chart and grant are required. You may enter the fund first, and the associated grant will populate. Choose to view revenue accounts or not. The date from fields are required. These should auto-populate based on the start date of the grant. Enter a date to limit the data on our query, or leave as none to pull all data. Choose the columns to view and choose Submit to run the query. Our query is displayed for our multi-year grant fund. You may drill down on any blue hyperlinks. Let's return to My Finance to see what else is available on our dashboard. Rather than drilling down into detail, we can choose a document to view, along with its approval history. View Document is similar to FGI Docker, document retrieval in Banner Admin. You can filter by the document type, requisition, purchase order, invoice, journal voucher, encumbrance, direct cash receipt, and document number. You may also view approvals and related documents. This is similar to FOI-APPH, approval history, and FOI-DOCH, document history, in Banner Admin. Under View Document, select a document type. We can choose Journal Voucher for budget changes. Our document number is required. It is easier to type out the document number instead of using the document search. Choose View Document. The document displays as a PDF. Go back and choose Approvals and Related Documents, and the data in this box appears. Let's return to My Finance and look at approved documents. This is similar to FOA-UAPP, user approval, in Banner Admin. You can filter by user ID or document number, or leave both fields blank to view all documents awaiting approval. Choose Submit to view approvals. Choosing the document number opens a PDF of the document, like this. The history icon opens a box showing which approvals have been recorded and which ones are still required. The next two slides include keyboard shortcuts for My Finance and My Finance Query. This document and video can be found on the Financial Accounting and Reporting website under the References section. Thank you.